What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Redline Racing Garage. So today we are in the shop and we're going to be starting to drop the swap in the red EG. So we're wasting no time whatsoever. We're trying to get on this as quick as we can to kind of get ahead and get ready for the 2023 racing season. So here it is. We're going to be attempting to drop this today. We'll see how far we're gonna get. We're gonna go and drain all the fluids, remove the axles and wiring harness and everything that needs to be done to drop this thing. So hopefully we can get this done tonight. We'll just have to find out. Stay tuned guys. Alright, so we're starting to come along. As you saw in the time lapse, just got everything removed. We had to remove the turbo just to kind of have easy access to remove the shifter cables, all the fuel lines, feed, return, all that is removed. The catch can and a little bit of the harness is also removed. So as of right now, I just have to remove a little bit of the harness, and we still have the slave to remove. The downpipe we also have to remove from the bottom, and then we also drain the oil, and the only thing we have to drain is the rad for the coolant. And then it's safe to say we should be able to drop the whole swap. So as you guys know, this is my first time doing it, so I'm still kind of learning as I go. There are probably steps and ways I could have done this a little bit differently, more professionally, but like I said, I'm learning as I go. This is my first swap that I'm doing, so bear with me guys, but we are going to be getting this swap out of here today and start prepping it to go into the blue EG. Also did go and remove the bumper so we can have easy access to remove all the intercooler piping. So all the intercooler piping is removed. I also did go and remove some of the K-Tune traction bar stuff so we can kind of have easy access to actually go and drop the motor. I plan to do it the way that I think is going to be a lot easier for me. I do have a little dolly with wheels which I will be putting under once I go and start loosening up all the mounts, and then we're going to go and lift the car up with the hoist and the motor should stay in place. So we're gonna just do it carefully, make sure that we removed everything. As soon as we go start lifting the car, obviously I will be checking if I did miss anything that is still connected to the motor and the trans itself. Like I said, my first time, but we're trying to get there and learn along the way. So we should be good to go in a matter of minutes. For you guys, it's gonna be a matter of seconds. We're gonna get this thing out of there. All right, so the harness is disconnected. I just gotta fish it through the top and then that's good to go. The only thing that I have left to do under here is remove the downpipe from right over here, disconnected. Then we have to drain the radiator. And lastly, we're gonna remove the wheels, get the axles out, and then we should be good to go on dropping this whole thing. All right, so got the downpipe off, and I also did remove the whole exhaust because I figured, you know what the hell, might as well remove it because we're not going to be reusing it on this EG. We're going to be reusing it on the blue one. So I figured, hey, what the hell, get it off. Let's continue, get the wheels off, the axles off, and drop this thing. All right, got the axles out. This side, the other side. So we're good to go on that. Let's just go step by step. We're getting close, guys, getting really close. All right, so before we actually drop this thing, I was thinking, obviously we have to remove the intercooler. We're not gonna be using this one on this car. We're gonna be using it on the other one. As soon as I flush the radiator, I'm also gonna be removing the radiator. That's the second thing. And then this way we have a ton of space to get that thing out of there. All right, so got the rad out, got the intercooler out. I should have done this right away. The first thing I should have done is take that out because it is so much easier to work on this thing now. But lesson learned, next time we'll know exactly what we need to do. Like I said, guys, this is my first time. I'm still learning, trying to figure everything out, but learning as we go. So that will pretty much do it for that. Now we can actually go and remove that transmission mount from the back. And then we have the post mount on the passenger, and then the driver's side mount. This baby should come right down without any issues. The harness is pretty much all disconnected. I just have to fish it through this way and then just leave it hanging. We're not going to be reusing this harness at all, so I wasn't really worried about damaging it. I didn't damage it, just to let you guys know. We're going to be getting a K-Tune tucked harness for the, well, basically for this setup for the Blue EG, so I'm not too worried. We're going to get a nice tucked harness to get this thing all cleaned up. But we are getting there, slowly getting everything off. So, like I said, next step is remove that transmission mount, and then 2 mounts, and then this baby is out, guys. All right, here we go. Wish me luck, guys. Alright, so got the back transmission mount loose and already feel some play. So what I'm going to do next is do the motor post mount on the passenger side, and then we're going to go ahead on the driver's side and get the transmission mount loose, and then this thing should be as free as a bird. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we have the last mount to go, and then this thing should be free. Alright. Alright, so the swap is all loose. I'm just gonna remove this mount here and this one, and then we're gonna go up with the chassis, and then we should be left with just the swap itself. right, guys, so it was a successful removal. We didn't break anything. Everything worked out great. For my first time, I am actually pretty proud of myself. I think now that I removed it, I know exactly what steps to take to install it. But obviously, we're not going to be installing this swap into this EG. This particular swap right here is going to be going into the blue EG. So there's a couple of things that I'm thinking of doing. So I did bring, I know it's a little messy. I did bring over a K20 Z3 spare head. We're going to be putting the RBC. I still have to get a couple things. I'm still not sure if I'm going to be putting the head on or not. Still debating. This thing is pretty good the way it is. I redid the head gasket when I got the EG, the timing chain, the tensioner. So all those things are fine. The only thing that I'm thinking of doing is swapping out the intake manifold for the RBC and probably putting a Type S oil pump. I do have to remove the transmission and check out the clutch because it is really bad. That's what I know. The throwout bearing is already making noise. So we're going to be doing that in the next episode. We're going to be ripping apart the transmission, doing the clutch. Like I said, I'm still not sure if I want to do the head, but I'm leaning more toward leaving it, just putting a Type S oil pump, RBC intake manifold, throttle body, and then we should be good to go on that. Another thing is I might be getting another turbo or rebuilding the one that we have. It already is starting to smoke, so the seals are really bad. So I might rebuild this one that we have, or I might get another one. So it was a successful removal. And for the EG here, I think we're gonna leave it as is. The only thing that I might do is rip out the stock harness and start prepping this thing for the 8th gen setup to go in here. So there's a couple things. The fuel pressure regulator I'm going to be stealing, putting on this setup for the blue EG. Same thing with the coolant reservoir. I think this catch can, I might be able to leave it. And then the one with the 8th gen setup, we're going to put on the blue EG. So basically, as of right now, I want to get this thing all prepped up and ready for the 8th gen setup. And then once we go ahead and finish everything we need to do with the swap here, and then we can go ahead and slap this thing into the blue EG and then go from there. So in the next episode, we're going to be working on this swap, getting this EG ready, and also getting the blue EG ready as well for this swap to go in. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.